My name is Ron Ripkowski, and I'm teaching the theater on stage and off. The whole premise of this class is to introduce the students not only just to acting, but to theater. In high school, the emphasis is on the acting. Where here, I want to make sure that they understand that there's a whole lot more involved with theater. Throughout the class, not only do we do a lot of the acting exercise and they learn different kind of methods of acting, but we also go into the technical aspects, what it takes to put on a production. The scenery, painting, makeup, costumes, lighting, sound. By the end of it, they're exposed to a little bit of everything, and they have a full production to show all the other JBA students. Students are involved with all aspects of it. During the morning time, we will be working on the set construction and painting and a little bit of rigging where we actually bring in some of the line sets and we hang things and fly it back up, and painting and then dressing the set, adding all the little touches to it. And then in the afternoon, that's when we rehearse. And so they go over and over and over until they're nice and solid and ready to go. We will soon be adding all the lighting, so they will know what it takes to add light. And then they're going to go through a complete wet tech rehearsal and a dry tech rehearsal, where we go from cue to cue, putting everything in the board, running all the cues, running it with the actors, and so that way they're prepared for their performance. At this age, a lot of times what drives them most is the acting. I want to be an actor, I want to be famous, which is great. But I want to also make sure that they know that there is all this other part of theater, and so they have personal projects. So each individual student has to pick something like a costume designer or scene designer, and we give them productions, and they actually have to design the scenery or design the makeup or design the costumes, and they will do a presentation and show us all their work that they've done. This is my fourth year, and so I've had a lot of fun, and I've learned from previous years on what works, what doesn't work, and so each time it gets a little bit easier, but then again, each time we have a whole new set of students that kind of changes things. I think this is what's exciting for me. When they find something like the design of the scenery or the costumes, and they really get involved with that, I think that's what's neat, because they've never been exposed to that before, and so when they get a huge interest in that, I think that's what's great. Acting is a very, very difficult profession to get into. But if they're passionate about theater and want to do something like this, if they can get involved with the other aspects and get their foot in the door, or just find something that they're really great at in theater, then I think we've done our job. I try to get a nice balance of men and women, because it's better for the play to have a balance. And I thought that I had a good balance of them, but as I guess the paperwork all filters through, I have 3 men and the rest are women. But that's one more than we had last year and the year before, so it is growing. I break the show up into what we call beats. And so it's like, you know, you can have the whole play, then you have an act, then you can have a scene, and then within that scene you have little tiny beats. And so they learn how to break down the script and analyze the script. And then we will work one beat over and over again, and with those actors, and then we move to the next one and move to the next one. Once we get that all figured out with the blocking and everything, then we run the whole thing again so they can see how it all flows, and then we do the next section, until after 4 rehearsals we have done the whole show, and now they're ready to run that part. They're not ready to perform it, but they're actually ready to run it and know what they're supposed to do.